Starting your own volunteer group is a fulfilling experience unlike any other. It will change your life, and you will make a difference. But there are several key administrative requirements that you need to know. In this video, Ingram Philips sits down to share some of the critical behind-the-scenes knowledge that will help you lead with success.
In this segment, I'm going to be instructing prospective leaders in how to meet government requirements of a public charity. Don't think this is unimportant, because if you want to do it, as soon as you take that first donation from someone, be it in cash or be it fabric or some other donation, you have now stepped into the area of needing to do something when it comes to the government, your county, your state, and your federal government. If you're going to do that, then you want to do it the right way. Beginning then first, we have to meet the requirements for the county and the state. They're all different. I'm not going to tell you what yours is. Here's what we had to do. First of all, we had to go to the county courthouse, to the county clerk, to file what's called an assumed name certificate. In order to do that, then we also had to have the certificate or formation for a charity, for an association. You'll need to do that in some manner or form in your state. We also then had to go and register with the state. In my state, we have to file a tax form. We also have to file with the Attorney General in the Consumer Protection Division. And trust me to know that all charities in every state have to answer to someone. When the public gives you money or gives you funds, it's your responsibility then to handle those funds correctly and to handle the requirements. A very easy requirement, and you can do this online, is a federal requirement which is called the Employer Identification Number. Each and every charity or organization in America has to apply for an EIN number. It's the beginning for you as you move along the steps to make you a public charity. The next step is, in becoming a public association, is to have your own constitution, your own bylaws, and your own organization. Even though you may just be a small number of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people, and that's where we began, you need to put that down on paper. One becomes the president, one's the vice president. You know the structures. But you have to come up with a constitution and bylaws and conflict of interest statement that will satisfy the Internal Revenue Service. And this can take time. You don't need to go to a lawyer for it, but you need to find models of a constitution and bylaws. We have one. We have ours. I'd be glad to send it to you. Now that you have satisfied requirements in your county and your state, and you've begun the process of the federal requirements by having an employer identification number, you file the Internal Revenue Service Form 1023. This is the application for the recognition of you as a charity. It is long and it is detailed. I believe 28 pages, and then you have to put in extra narratives. In my own case, I really didn't want to do this, but I knew it had to be done, because bottom line, you want recognition, and this is the way you do it. It doesn't matter if you've only taken in $10, it doesn't matter if you've taken in 10,000 or $1 million. You still have to have the IRS 1023.
Following submission of Form 1023, the IRS decides your project status. If approved, you receive a written notification. From that date, contributors can include your donation receipts when filing their income tax forms. Now, Ingram reflects on a few more of his CareCap's lessons learned.
As you first begin, it'd probably be pretty easy just to keep a little notebook and say, okay, Jane gave me $5, John gave me 10, Sam brought some fabric for his wife. But if you're having anything happen like what happened for CareCaps, that would not help us at all. So we had to get a good software program, and it happens to be a software program that is made for non-profit associations. Easy to operate. Now whatever anything comes in, You just punch the button and up comes donations, and you fill out the form and zip, it's in your file. You do this with your expenses same way, and at the end of the year when you need to report, you just push your button and get your reports, and out they come. I strongly recommend that. The Internal Revenue Service will give you a list of their requirements, and one of those is if you're going to be a nonprofit charity, you cannot sell anything at any time. Be careful with this. There will be times when someone will say, I want to buy your care caps. We give care caps. We never sell. We never pay anything to any of our officers. The board of directors receives no pay either. We are strictly a conduit of a gift of money and turning that into a gift of a cap, and then we pass it on. We are Care Cap Connections. That's our name. That's our trademarked name. And so we suggest to any prospective leader, if you start a group and start making caps, they're another name. I don't know what that name is that you want. We started a group in Florida, and they now call themselves Sunshine Caps. We have no connection with that group, and we are proud that they're out there. And we're pleased that they found the name for themselves. The same thing has happened in Arkansas with a group that now produces Love Caps. So now you know that there are 3 different names for a very similar garment. All these garments made to Mary's specification and generally operating under her Care Cap way, but they're not Care Caps.
While leading your own volunteer organization certainly comes with responsibility, the rewards are truly priceless. And you're not in this alone. If you have any questions, we are here to help. Find us online at www.carecaps.org.